Welcome to Module 11. Welcome to Module 5. Module 5 is packed. So get ready for that. Make sure you look at the overview here. Well, let's just take a look at it. Here we go. Before we begin, congratulations to the winners or to the elect. I really do want you to check out this video. It's so powerful. Talking about, it doesn't talk about it, but the message of our tomorrow, our America that looks a little bit better when it comes to equality for women in America. Anyhow, chapter 5, we're going to be doing um, a lot of assignments, but to break it down, it's about, the support system, creating a support system, making sure you have a support system to go to. I do have a PDF there that you'll be able to download and then write the individuals with their contact information so you know who to ask for assistance, because it's okay to ask for help. All right, so please do that. We will go over heaven and how and what the difference is. And in a nutshell, you got to be interdependent. You got to be okay with others helping you. All right. Active listening and how important that is, not only to you, but to the person who is in front of you, right? Is very important, especially for people that you don't really talk to, people from other cultures, which brings us to cultural differences and prejudice. And what does that look like? What does that mean? People's biases. And, sometimes we can't control that, but, we have to try our best to not stereotype, right? Not to judge, not to act without thinking first. We have some student lingo workshops, just one. And again, all of these are lecture videos, so make sure you have your time. We have our journal entries. I have an action plan from the student lingo, so make sure you finish that workshop here, because you're going to download the action plan and turn it in along with your certificate. All right, you'll have chapter quiz, your comprehensive ed plan that is due. Some of you have turned it in, some of you I have put comments and it's not acceptable, so please check your assignment that you turned in. And then you'll have chapter 4 notes. Okay, so again, that's just a quick overview about module 11. Also, some questions that came out on your notes. How do you bring up conversation with an instructor to become a mentor? Okay, so honestly, you just have to talk to them. You just straight up, right? Like, hey, doctor, whatever, or professor, whatever, can you be my mentor, right? Or list, I really enjoy how you do this, that, right? Or how you make the students feel, whatever. Choose maybe 2 or 3 things, qualities that you like about the instructor, and then just ask the question, right? If they say no, well, at least you're still in the same boat without a mentor, right? But if they say yes, boom, you just got a mentor. When there is language barrier, can there be problems with miscommunication? How can one improve that? Of course there is, but patience is the key word right here. Patience. We have students from all over the world that sounds the CD, and believe me, I've used Google Translator to communicate with people in Russia, right? To communicate with people from Afghanistan, from China, from Vietnam, from all over. And I write emails, because sometimes I need transcripts from Russia or from wherever, right? And I email those people over there. I put my translated uh, document, right, from Google. I just copy paste it, boom. I put it in English as well, so that, I don't know, maybe they use Google Translate too, right? And that's how we were able to communicate. But when it comes to one-on-one or the instructor, right, I think you really have to ask them, please either talk slowly, um, or maybe use again some type of translating device, or getting someone that you know who might speak the language. And again, we have the tutoring lab for that. There's probably people who talk more than one language there, so please seek the support, or go to the language development or language arts, and talk to someone and see if they speak the language there. Have teachers had stereotypes? Has that made an impact on students when grading? Again, I believe, I'm not going to say no, right? I think everyone has a thought, whether unconsciously or subconsciously we do that or not, right? But we don't let that, and shouldn't let that, because that's unethical. We shouldn't let that hinder your grade. And this is why it's so important that you view the rubrics. Okay, the rubrics on, especially here on Canvas, they tell you what you need, and then if something that you did is correct based on the rubric, then you're able to challenge it, right? So this is why I enjoy the rubrics. So please use the rubrics when you're turning in your assignments. It's pretty open there, right? Like whatever I state, it goes, and that's it. Which reminds me, make sure you ask questions on your notes. Make sure you dive deeper in your notes, and your journal entries. All right. And then, which method is better, DAPS or SMART goals? And this is a great question that everybody has been asking. And a couple students have actually mentioned that they enjoy the SMART goals. And so what I'm going to actually do is put this guide right here. SMART goals, I created this for parents when I used to teach at Foothill. And it's kind of like your goal statement, like DAPS, right? Like write your goal statement, but make sure it's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time. And if you don't know what that means, boom, you're gonna scroll over here, and it'll tell you what that is, right? So that you make sure you do a good SMART goal. And then, why is this important, right? This is like making it personal according to DAPS, right? What is needed to accomplish this goal? There's always more than one thing, right? And this is what I call the baby steps to reach the bigger goal. So these are like smaller goals here. So what action do you have to do? Do you have to call someone? Do you have to gather money, right? Do you have to save up? Do you have to create something, right? Uh, something simple like, let's say, what do you call it? I don't know, losing weight, right? I want to lose 10 pounds. Well, action, do you need to eat, right? What kind of food? Do you need to hire a trainer? Do you need to get into a gym? Do you need to learn about calories, intake and outtake, and macros, and all that good stuff, right? So maybe lose 1 pound a week to start, right? So these are things that you'll learn here. And I was gonna go over this in chapter 4 too, but anyways, now you will have it in I'll put it in module 5 at the end so that you can look at that. Okay. So great questions. Ask your questions on your chapter notes, or feel free to ask more questions over here. Oops, I didn't put it, but the discussion. So I'll put it in a bit, the discussion, so that you can talk about or ask any questions. All right. Have a great week. Enjoy your week. Careful with the weather. It rained yesterday and today, Sunday. Kind of weird, but it is what it is. Okay. Have a good one, guys.